Hello, my sixth graders. Happy Monday. Today's Monday, June 1st. Wow, it's already June 1st. That's crazy. 2020. It's week 8, which is the second to the last week of distance learning. It is a full week this week, which means Monday through Thursday because you don't have school on Friday. What else? You need to get 30 points worth on your grid this week. So you have 2 required, and then you need to pick 1 more to do. So 3 assignments total. And I apologize for my kind of disheveled look. I'm in my grubbies right now because I spent the day back here in my backyard working on, well, I shouldn't say that part of the coop. That part's been there. But this part, you can kind of see this chicken wire that goes from the coop across, and Sam and I worked on that, and I pulled a bunch of weeds back there and all this stuff. So now the chickens have kind of a more enclosed space because they did used to have full run of the backyard, and then their poop got everywhere and we couldn't really hang out back here much. And now we're hoping we can kind of spend some time back here and also have a safe space for the chickens to be where I can close up their little walkway at night and then no predators can get in there. So I'm still in my grubbies. I was mowing lawns and pulling weeds and trimming stuff and all sorts of stuff. So anyway, let's get going on talking about this week's stuff. I'm up here at schedules so we can take a look at our learning grid. Let's open her up, go through it super quick. Y'all pretty much know how this works at this point. So this week you need a total of 30 points. Numbers 1 and 3 are required, so you must do those 2, and then you can pick from one of these. You have an interactive PowerPoint, or you get to cook a little bit. So kind of depends on what you want to do. So we'll get into those assignment descriptions right about now. Here we go. So let's take a look at number 1, your required Mayan assignments. So there's a lot to it, and there's a reason why there's a lot to it. So this week you're going to learn both about Mayan math and Mayan architecture, which are 2 very important features of the ancient Maya. The first thing that is due this week is a Mayan math activity, which is due this Thursday by 5. However, your architecture part is due next week, Monday for AM core, so Monday, June 8th for AM core, and Tuesday, June 9th for PM core. You're actually going to be displaying these pyramids during advisory. So you're going to have AM due by advisory Monday, PM due by advisory on Tuesday. Okay, back to what you need to do for math. First, you're going to watch the video titled The Maya Base 20 Number System from the beginning until 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Next, watch the video titled Maya Addition and Subtraction. Then you're going to click on the link below, which is the Maya math game. Now, this is super, super cool, but you have to read and follow all the instructions. There's also information about the Maya that you want to read as well. Okay? So, your 2 videos you're going to watch first, and you're going to play your game. Now, let's move on to what's due next week. Move into watching the video titled 10 Mayan Secret Places That Were Hidden for Centuries. Take notes as you feel needed, and then you're going to click on the document titled Week 8-9, Number 1, Build an Ancient Mayan Pyramid to see detailed instructions. So here's your video you watched, pretty interesting. And then you're going to click on this. So you're going to be building your own Mayan pyramid, which I think is super cool, and I'm so excited to see how creative you all get. So make sure you follow directions to a T exactly. Pay attention. Mayan pyramids did not look like Egyptian pyramids. All right, they had these different levels. So when you're building it, make sure you keep that in mind. Look up pictures. There's been videos that have shown Mayan temples and pyramids. That video that's attached to this assignment does. So use your imagination. It could be like one of these things, it could be something totally different. Get creative. I'm super excited to see these. This is going to be a lot of fun. All right. Again, you have all week and over the weekend to work on these. Taken care of there. So let's go look at assignment 2, which is one of your options to get your 30 points. So you're going to be watching this pretty cool interactive slideshow and then filling out the documents afterwards. So click on the slideshow. Remember that when you're going to watch this, you click present. So it starts presenting. Now when you're here, you can click your return or enter key. You can click your down arrow or your right arrow and get it going. There's some fun music. All right, got some cool music. All right, so then we go. Now pay attention that I can either click on a picture and get information, or I can hit my return or enter key and get information, and I can do the same to move on to the next slide. All right, so now I'm hitting a down arrow. I see information. This one I'm going to hit a right arrow. More information. Here I'm going to hit return. All right, so watch that. Read the information. You'll have this to check when you're doing your assignment, so you can go back and take a look, or you can take notes, whatever works best for you. And you're going to click on the vocabulary. Here's where we're going to fill out the information. So you're going to fill out the definition for each of these words, vocabulary words. From there, you're going to Google search a picture that you can put onto this section. So how you do that if you're unsure. Open a new tab. I'm going to put in Mesoamerica. Hit enter. I'm going to go to images. All right, cool. So I think I'll use a map of Mesoamerica to represent that. So I'll click on this map. This seems like a map. I'm going to right click. I'm going to save image. Okay, saved in my desktop. Alrighty, there it is. Alright, I'm going to go back. Oops, wrong one. I have too many tabs open. There it is. Okay, I'm going to go back to my assignment. I'm going to click Insert, Image, Upload from Computer. Oh, I got a lot of stuff, don't I? So I'm going to find it, the picture, right here. Click Open, and it'll go boop, right in that spot. And I can make it smaller if I want, whatever, if I need to, not take up so much space. But there you go. So that's how you get a picture on there. Just do that for each one. Okay. Boom. There you go. That's for that assignment. Let's move us to the second part of this assignment. This is a graphic organizer. So the first thing you're going to do is find a picture. This is specifically on Maya civilization. So find a picture that best represents the Mayan culture to you and paste it on the top. All right. Again, you can go to Insert, Image, Upload from Computer. And I'm just going to throw one on here just to show you. This is a map of Central America, and then you can also, make it as big or as small as you want. You don't need all this extra space. So if you have all this extra space, you can delete it up. There you go. All right, now you're going to go and you're going to fill in each box with information that you learned, whether it's information you learned from the slideshow or just information that you've learned during this Mayan unit. So that is number 2 for this week. All right, let's move on down to our next required assignment. This is your last assignment you're doing related to the Dreamer. So it's a wrap-up of our class novel. You'll be writing a short essay on how you relate or do not relate to Neftali. So let's just open this up. Here's some instruction, but the instructions are also in the actual assignment. So Dreamer, written reflection in at least 8 sentences broken into 2 paragraphs, so 4 sentences per paragraph. Write below about how you relate to Neftali. As you listened to / read the novel, what were some similarities you recognized between yourself and Neftali? How do you relate to his life, thoughts, experiences, dreams, hopes, disappointments, pain, joy, etc.? Your choice on what you relate to. If you feel like you do not relate to Neftali at all, why? Describe how you are different from Neftali and why you do not relate to him at all. All right? Make sure your writing has an introduction, a middle, and a conclusion. And your conclusion is not something like, thank you for reading my essay, or I hope you enjoyed my writing. Those are not conclusions. Okay, conclusion can straight up start with in conclusion and then finish up. Your conclusion wraps up your entire writing in a nice bow, in a nice sentence or two. Please reread your work twice. Once quietly and once aloud to catch any errors, and please use COP. So check your capitalization, names of places, names of people. Those things are capitalized. Order. Make sure that your writing actually makes sense. Punctuation, please. Check. Use punctuation. Check that you don't have crazy long run-on sentences. And check your spelling, of course, please. All right, you can write everything below and just turn it in when you're done. All right, that is number 3. Number 4, which is week 8/9, because this is something that's going to go on for this week and then into next week. All right, so interesting information at the top. We'll skip by that. You will be coming up with a recipe that you like. So you can pick from a dish in the food archive below, which is also this right here is the food archive. So if you want to check that out, okay, pick from that. You're watching the videos. You're going to write down a recipe that you share with the class. So go to the document titled My Latin American Recipe. First, I want to make sure you understand everything you're supposed to do. So you're going to find a recipe, and you can also look for recipes on Google or Pinterest. If you're familiar with Pinterest, is another good place to find recipes. Or you can make a dish that you and or your family already knows. Okay, so let's go down to the document here. So what you're going to be turning in this week is your recipe. So I have directions here, and I created an example for you so you can actually see what yours should look like. I did tostones, I think is how it's pronounced, which is fried plantains, which I've had before and are really, really good. But here are your ingredients. So here's my title, centered, right? You do not need to put example. And then off to the left, I have ingredients. Then you have your directions. Step 1, and then here's my directions. Okay? Step 2, and then here's my directions. So you'll be creating your same exact thing on this blank page with the name of your recipe and then moving down. And it can be nice and pretty, just like this. And that's what you'll be turning in on Thursday by 5. What you'll be doing next week that has to do with this is you'll be actually presenting your recipe. Now, here's the thing. You can present the recipe dish during advisory next week if you want, or you can take pictures of your dish completed, maybe your family enjoying. You could even do like a little video, whatever you want to do, and turn that in before advisory next week. And I can present those pictures and you can talk about it a little bit. So that is what you're doing for number 4. Okay, those are your assignments for the week.